What's going on, cool people? You guessed it, it is your boy, Trey the Long Way, aka Trey Sense, aka LL Cool Trey, Trey Belafonte, but you can just call me Trey. Listen, we got a little bit of a review, a little bit of a discussion. You know how we do it here on the channel. What we're gonna talk about today, fragrances in my collection that either have Le Parfum in the name or Elixir in the name. I hope I didn't skip any in my collection. I found 9. I don't think I missed any, but if I did, oh well. Let's start with the first one, probably the most popular one. It's from the house of Dior, and it's Dior Sauvage Elixir. And I only have a little Traveloso of this. That's all I need because, well, is this leaking? Yeah. No matter where I sit, I can't get the light right. Feels like it might be leaking a little bit. If it is, it's just leaked out. And they're not gonna refill it, but it feels like that's leaking. I can't. Oh yeah, that's leaked a lot because I haven't ever worn it. Most of that is just leaked out. I've never worn it. I have, Assad. I have Assad, so I don't really even need it. I did not want this to leak out though. I've had it a few years. That's what happens when you don't wear your fragrances. Never really found the occasion to wear this fragrance, so it is what it is. Sit that right there. I actually like Assad better. You see it has a lot of oil in it. That's a really good fragrance. A really well-made fragrance. I like Assad better. To me, Assad is less harsh and just more pleasing to the palate. I just think it's a better fragrance. So even though I like the smell of this, and I never forget the young lady trying to convince me that this is one that you should use for layering. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I said, ain't nobody gonna pay $160 for a two-ounce fragrance to layer it. I said, ain't nobody doing that. Nada. It's just not my favorite. It's just not. I'll say it again. I prefer Assad to Dior. To Don't Bore Her, Dior Her. Sauvage Elixir, but that's one in my repertoire. You know it, very spicy. Definitely stands out. Comes across as a little bit old school, mossy to me, maybe. But anyway, decent fragrance, honest opinion. Don't worry about, Don't Bore Her, Dior Her. Go for Assad. It's cheaper, performs better, good smelling fragrance. Now, that is a high quality fragrance because it has left the oil sheen on my fist. It is. But for the money, Assad. This next one is from the house of YSL, and it is YSL Y Le Parfum. I don't know if y'all can hear that rain, but this time last week it was snow everywhere. Now it's rain everywhere. Can't make up his mind what it wants to do. Very sweet. It smells really, really good. We're talking about YSL Y Le Parfum. I personally think this fragrance could be unisex. I do. I think a lady could wear this and pull it off and it would be just fine. I think it's a versatile fragrance as far as the age that could wear it. I like it. I like it. It's smooth. It's sweet. It smells really, really, really good. But it does come off for a Le Parfum, or you know, whatever that Le Parfum means. It comes across to me as a little bit youthful, a little bit juvenile, a lot playful, but still a good smelling fragrance, and I like it. I can't remember what I paid for it, and I probably don't want to remember what I paid for it. But from the house of YSL, it is YSL's Y Le Parfum. And that's a good one. This next one is from the house of Paco Rabanne, and it is Paco Rabanne's 1 million Elixir. I don't need but just a squirt of that. Gourmand, sweet, very gourmand. It smells like something sort of has that something is baking in the background. Like that Le Parfum. We're talking about 1 million Elixir. Very sweet, very playful, very nice fragrance. Very nice fragrance. This is one I knew I was gonna add the minute that I smelled it. I think it goes well with my personality. It's one of those that I think anyone can wear. The performance on it, it does lay a little bit closer to the skin. I guess that's the parfum concentration in it, which is fine. I like it. I think it smells great. It's one that I think you should buy. From the house of Paco Rabanne, it is 1 million Elixir. Sticking with the house of Paco Rabanne, it is Invictus Victory Elixir. And it's a toss-up between this one every time and the new Invictus Parfum. Slight similarities in the opening of the 1 million Elixir and the Invictus Victory Elixir. Slight. They dissipate and go different ways quickly though. To me, the Invictus Victory Elixir has a little bit more of a creamy vibe to it. It's a gourmand as well, but it's got sort of a creamy, buttery vibe to it. Not everybody's gonna like that fragrance because of the creamy butteriness in it. Not everybody's gonna like it. I like it. I think it's fine. I think it smells good. And when I moved that Dior Sauvage Elixir kicked up, I'm just not a fan of that fragrance. I'm just not a big fan of that one. Yeah, that Invictus is very buttery. Now the 1 million Elixir is smoothing out. I think I like the 1 million Elixir better than I do the Invictus. All right, moving along. Slightly gourmandy, buttery edge to it. I feel like we're talking about pancakes. But I think it's a nice close encounter cuddle scent, and I like it. From the house of Paco Rabanne, it is Invictus Victory. I like it. From the house of Jean Paul Gaultier, it is the male Elixir. Gotta pop my collar real quick. Find a good clean piece of skin to spray it on. Give myself a couple of sprays. Yeah, sometimes I'll be thinking, right, and stuff be going through my head when I'm doing these videos. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about Tila, the rapper out of Memphis. Y'all remember, I grew up watching In Living Color, as many of y'all did. You remember that, what was it, Men on Film? And it was like, we give it 2 snaps. In one of Tila's songs, he said something, something, something. And he said, Tila get 2 snaps. When I was pulling that thing, for some reason, that just popped in my head. Okay, common theme with all of these fragrances, because they probably all have either the same parfum or they were made with the same fragrance in mind. The Jean Paul Gaultier has a little bit of the same butteriness that I get from the Invictus, V Victory, and the 1 Million, but it has sort of a mint kick to it. A very clean, minty kick, nice fragrance. It smells really, really good, and I like it. Do I need all of these fragrances? No, I don't. But for videos like this, it comes in handy. I was sitting around the house today thinking of what should I do, what video should I do, and this one came to mind. And I'm glad I'm doing this video, and this is where fragrances come in handy. Every little view I get helps, and you know, maybe this will get some views. So this one has a gourmandy kick to it. Smells a little bit like something's baking, a little bit of a buttery edge, a little bit of a gourmand with a kiss of mint. Each one of them have just a little something that makes it different than the other, but then you can draw similarities to all of them as well. So again, I don't think you need all of these. The one that's the most unique so far is this one, but then again, hold your horses on that as well. Maybe the lady was right with layering the Sauvage, because every time I move, I smell it with something else, but I just don't know what I would layer it with. Maybe they suggested that you layer it with anything, but again, the price point on it, to me, you have to wear that fragrance by itself. No point in layering it. But back to the JPG. Minty butter. It's good though. I mean, it's good. I'm not saying it in a bad way. Homeboy got mad. It don't smell like no mini butter. It kind of does, bro. Somebody got, I'm telling you, somebody gonna watch that and get mad. I'm telling you. Trust me. I've been doing this about 8 years. Somebody gonna get mad about that comment. But it's a good smelling fragrance. That's the main thing. All of these smell really, really good. But moving on. Now, this next one, which they're from the same house, from the house of YSL. It is YSL myself, Le Parfum. I paid too much for this little bottle. I paid $100 for it. And I don't even know if I even have to spray that because it smells so similar to this. Now, again, when I say that, I'm not talking about they're 100% the same. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're close. They're pretty doggone close. Especially off the atomizer. Now on skin, this is one of the sweetest fragrances I own, and it's almost unbearably sweet. I'm gonna put it on though. I'm gonna put it on. I prefer the original YSL myself to this one all day long. Again, it's one of those situations where I'm trying to find the atomizer, the little black dot, so I don't spray myself in the eye, because you know I didn't. Sometimes I feel like Red Fox in Harlem Nights with these glasses. This is one that I think may have to maturate a little while. This is one that may just have to sit in the cabinet when some air got in there and let it all just, woosah, Daniel son, let it all wax on, wax off. Because right now it's just so sweet that it's almost unbearable. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. Real quick. I got that Sauvage on that hand right there, on that fist. Man, I'm gonna put it right over that Sauvage. See what they do. Sauvage having a hard time. It's mad because I kept talking about Assad. But let's see what they do. I can't see layering the Sauvage. I just can't. It's overpowering, the YSL. Okay. Starting to dry down a little bit. Just a really, really sweet fragrance. Almost like a sweeter version of this. You can tell they're from the same house. which I guess you should be able to tell they're from the same house. But I do prefer this one to this one. Now, the original YSL myself, I think is a great fragrance. I think it smells better than this one. This one is just almost too sweet. I can't really think of an occasion that I would want to walk around smelling like a Mr. Goodbar or just a ball of cotton candy. And I'm not saying that it smells like either one of those, so don't come for me. I'm just saying that it's abundantly sweet. It smells good, but it's sweet. But again, it falls right in along with the rest of these Le Parfums and Elixirs. All right, moving along. The one Elixir on here that smells a little bit different, and for the money, I definitely recommend that you get this fragrance if you have an opportunity to get it. It's from the house of Hugo Boss. It is Hugo Boss Bottled Triumphant Elixir. This is one of my favorite fragrances. This was one of my favorite purchases of 2024. I'll tell you, this, and no, I'm not gonna do a video. Not this and that doggone Rams Silver. Those are two purchases, man. And that Kawa, those three fragrances right there, man. And I like everything that I bought, but those three fragrances right there, superior, superior. And then this one right here. This is no joke, man. This fragrance right here is no joke. If you can pick this up somewhere for 50 or 60 bucks, do yourself a favor and get it. I can't express to you enough how expensive this fragrance smells to me. Very well made fragrance, very high quality fragrance. I like it. I like it. I really do. It reminds me of something from Parfums de Marly or along that line. If you put this in a Parfums de Marly bottle, people will go crazy over it. Very good fragrance. And sadly to say, this will probably be, it's already been seen at some discounters, but pretty soon it will be a regular at discounters, and I may just buy me a bag of all of this. But it's very rich, it's dark, it's sweet, it's slightly gourmandy. Powerhouse, powerhouse. I like this fragrance. Compliment getter, attention grabbing fragrance right here from the house of Hugo Boss. It is Hugo Boss Triumphant Elixir. It's good, that's real good. Another one that we're gonna call a Le Parfum is from the house of Carolina Herrera, and it's Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy, Le Parfum. They starting to mix a little bit now, but this Sauvage is just, I'm running out of places to spray, guys. Let's see if I can find a piece of paper real quick, because I got two more fragrances. Let's see what I got right here. Yeah, this will do. Better not spray on that. Ah, well, we'll put it in the air. A lot of people don't like this fragrance, and I understand why. I understand why some people like it, and I understand why some people don't. For me, it's a like. I like it. It reminds me of Issey Miyake's Nuit d'Issey. It reminds me of that. It's a very rich, dark, slightly sweet fragrance. But I think it's good. I think you just have to wear this the right way. The way that I would wear this is honestly dark colored clothes, black shoes. If you got some black boots, black jeans, black hoodie, and a black leather jacket, and a nice little chain, that's how I would wear this, honestly, because it has a very dark, dank feel to it. It smells really, really good, and I think people will like it on you. It performs relatively well. It's a good smelling fragrance, but it is definitely dark and rich. So if you're one of those people that don't like fragrances like that, you will not like this one. You will not like this one at all. And I'm trying to find some virgin skin. That ain't sound right. I'm out of luck either way, but Carolina Herrera Bad Boys Le Parfum. I think you guys should give this a try. Some of you are gonna like it, some of you not. It doesn't really smell like anything else I have in my collection, and that is the reinvention of the wheel. All right, moving along. This next one is another one that I think punches above its weight class, but it was pretty expensive. From the house of Prada. It is Prada Ocean Le Parfum. And this is another one I'm going to have to put in the air. Bam, bam. I like this fragrance, and it smooth, aquatic, spicy. Spicy. It's a very good fragrance though. It reminds me of something, again, I hate to keep using this name, but from the house of Parfums D. It reminds me of something from that house. I'm not sure which one. You know, maybe it's Leighton, maybe it's what's the other one? It's not Carlisle, Percival. Maybe it's like a mix between the two. It's just a little bit spicy and a little bit clean at the same time. I paid a little bit too much for this fragrance because I paid about $180 for it when it first came out, and that's a little bit too much. A little bit too much. But I have Prada Ocean and I have Le Parfum. I need to go back and get Prada Ocean Parfum. But I like this fragrance. I really, really do. It wears well. It performs well. People like it on you. Prada makes good stuff. I mean, they really, really do. All these designers here make really, really good fragrances. And this is no exception. This is no exception. This is the reason that I bought so many of these fragrances, is so I could do videos like this. But I do like it. I do like it. It's very, very spicy, but at the same time, very good. From the house of Prada, it is Prada Ocean Le Parfum. And that is the last one. So think aquatic with a lot of spice. And that's what you got with that one. All right, guys. That's it. That's been the end of my video of either Elixirs or Le Parfum. So tell me what you think about this video. And also, I mentioned in the last video that I wasn't going to do weekly fragrance review and rotation anymore because it just hasn't been performing very well. It hasn't been getting a lot of views. I mean, the views on that video are very, very low. Tell me what you think about that. You know, I aim to keep my subs happy, but at the same time, trying to keep my subs happy, I have to also try to reach other subs so we can keep this thing going and growing. You know, the ones that have been here with me for the longest, hey, I know y'all gonna rock with me no matter what, and I appreciate that. And I'm definitely not trying to change my review style or be any different than the laid-back, lovable guy that you've grown to know over the years and that you like coming by kicking it with. So we're gonna keep that the same, but you know, it never hurts to get a few more eyeballs in the channel, on the channel, because that puts a few more ducats in the bucket, you dig? So yeah, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get off of here and wrap it up. Maybe continue doing that, but I may have to rename it something like Weekly Fragrance Suggestions, because I did have a sub say, hey, don't do that, bro. This is where I get my fragrance suggestions of what to wear from the week. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll sit down one day and just say, hey, 7 days in the week. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 7 days, 7 fragrances, 7 fragrance suggestions for the week. So look forward to that coming out. And I'll probably put that out on Sunday. How about that? That work? Problem solved. All right, guys. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.